Hello and a very good morning. It is day 7 of the 2025 World Paralympics Championships. We're in New Delhi at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium. It has been an absolutely wonderful opening 6 days. Day 7, no doubt, will provide us with more world and championship records. Such has been the case throughout the opening 12 sessions. It is a day, again, packed, full of finals in the track and the field. Over 1,000 athletes here at these championships. The 12th edition of the World Paralympics Championships. 187 medal events in total across the course of the 9 days. And we are flying towards the end of it. Doha in 2015, Dubai in 2019, Kobe in 2024, and now the 4th time in Asia being hosted here in India. This is what we have to look forward to, getting underway with the women's shot put F64, the women's discus throw F41, also a final. Raul Talili going in that, the 3-time Paralympic champion in the discus, who lost out in the shot put though at these championships. She'll be hoping for a bit more there. Mikey Brannigan goes in the men's 1500 metres T20, the world champion, along with Ben Sandlands, the Paralympic champion. At the end of the day, the men's 100 metres T36 at the end of the session sees James Turner, the Paralympic champion, world record and championship record holder, go against Den Pai Cheng, the world champion in that one. So much to look forward to. I'm Tolson Tollett. Will Downing is alongside me to take you through the women's shot put F64 field, which will be first up. And at the top of the list there, aptly, there's an Indian.
Absolutely, we've got 6 in this final. Good morning, everybody. And in this, the F64, which is the single below knee amputee category, with prosthetics, that's been divided from the 44. The 44s had actually dominated the field when they were together for very many years, but they are now apart. And living happily apart, in a good way. Here's Day 1, who's finished 4th in the discus here. She's 35 years old, representing India. What else would you be doing at 9 AM on a Friday morning in New Delhi? Next up for the United States, she's already medaled here this week. Bronze in the discus for Alicia Guerrero. Next up for Canada, she's only 18. She finished 6th in the discus here, Addison Franceschini. Next up for Poland, the new world champion in the discus here, Faustina Kudlowska, who when they were all together last year finished 6th in the shot at the Paralympic Games. And Alexandra Nouchet of France finished 10th in that. It all changes now. Nice hat. And Fiona Pinar for Spain. She's already finished 6th in the 100 metres here. She has a shot now at the shot. And she's 22. And this is a young field, 4 of whom were born in the 2000s. Glorious. Alexandra Nouchet, worth pointing out, she is the world record holder. 10.64, that's set last year in Kobe. We've got lots of results of the past to go through. And Kudlowska, championship record holder in Dubai 2019. It's a decent enough day. There's no breeze to talk about. And the sun will be shining for a little bit anyway.
A long session at the end of the Thursday night with the rain that came in. We had a delay of around an hour and 20 minutes or so. It meant the club throw competition, which got underway at 5 o'clock, didn't finish until 9:30 in the evening. But we got there eventually. Today, though, the weather is set to stay dry for both sessions. Just have a look at that shot put area there where the markings have been filled in with the sand.
And next time they have the Indian Super League football on here. That's a bit of work for the groundsman.
Looks more like a golf driving range area where they've been taking shots with a sand wedge.
Yeah, Deawante, she's a 776 thrower. we've only got 6 in this, so we're going to have 36 throws. Everybody gets all 6. And we've got half an hour, as usual, of pure field action for you this morning before the track action begins with the men's 1500 meters T20.
It's a nice shot with that drone as well, isn't it?
It's been very well piloted. The officials coming out, having a look. And in this women's shot put F64, we are getting underway. That was the first attempt of Alicia Guerrero that we've been seeing there. So 6 in it, and a lot of whom have not had the chance before these championships to have medalled because they were in with the 44s and the field was bigger and longer, and a lot of the 44 and the 64 athletes campaigned to be split up. The 44s without a prosthetic and the 64s with it. And Guerrero going out to 9.97, a championship record, and she leads. So now the 18-year-old for Canada, Addison Franceschini. No time being wasted in this, a lifetime best of 8:16 this year. That's a belter, that's out beyond 8 meters. Very solid try from this young campaigner, and new names emerging ahead of the next Paralympic Games in LA. From Thunder Bay in Ontario, 8:09, and she goes into the silver medal position. But we've already had success this week for Faustina Kolowska of Poland. Gold in the discus, so this, a decent opportunity. The championship record holder, that is way out. It is beyond 10 meters, and that puts her into the gold medal position in this opening round. So she finished 6th in the shot, behind a whole load of those in the F40s in Paris last year, and finished 4th in the discus, just edged out in the Paralympic Games a year ago. And Alicia Guerrero held the championship record for 2 minutes. It belongs to Faustina Kolowska now, 10:22. Here comes Alexandra Nouchet. Ready to go. So last year in the Paralympics, she finished 10th in the shot. There's a kind of a tennis feel to her outfit. It's working, it's beyond 9 meters. And Nouchet has served herself a decent opportunity of a medal. 10:64 is her F63 world record. That is the above knee single category. It'll be good. It's 9:05, and she goes into the bronze medal position, and already sprinting her way to the final of the 100 meters this week in the 64s. That was a good final, by the way. Fleur Young taking gold ahead of Milena van Ganser-Winkel, Marissa Papa Constantinou with the bronze, and Fiona Pinar was 6th in it. She's 22 for Spain. That's again around 9 meters. That's around the mark we've just seen from Nouchet. And a chance to edge up. Well, certainly she's in the top 4. She's obviously feeling with her coach the stance wasn't quite right, and she might feel she needs to loosen up a bit. 9:25, a lifetime best this year. Won't be very, very far away. Doubt it will have exceeded it. You can see what's on her mind. 8:95, and she goes 4th. There, 1T. 7:71 in the opening round, and here she comes again. 776 is a lifetime best for this year, so she's only 5 centimeters off it. Realistically, I have to say it's perfectly fine. Doing a very good job. There are a few in here who are actually somewhat decent sprinters. This was a separate event last year in Kobe.
We should say as well that while we're just waiting for this shot put to continue here, Steph Reed, who's normally with us, the former world champion and the Paralympian for Great Britain, is still feeling unwell and under the weather. So get well soon, Steph, and hopefully you'll be back in the hot seat at some point here, and we'll have someone to talk between me and Will Dowling, the Downing that actually talks sense.
Deontay. Not quite 8 meters from the throw from India. Doubt actually that's going to exceed what she did in the opening round. Yeah, 7:49. Gave it a tilt at the very least. Wasn't able to add on to it though. So next up for the United States.
Clouds come over all of a sudden.
It is the bronze medalist here in the discus, which she had done in the Pan Am Games in Santiago 2 years ago. Alicia Guerrero from Wapato in Washington. Ooh, that now slightly down on a 9.97 mark from the opening round. She's currently in second position. Kudlowska leading 10.22, and that from Guerrero was 9.45. So next up for Canada, Addison Franceschini. This is her debut championship. Sixth in the discus, but trying to be competitive here. 8.16 her lifetime best this year. She threw a few centimeters below that now. I think that might have been out, and I'm afraid there's no might about it. She put a good amount into it. Went wide to the right, I think. She got good distance on it. It was about 9 meters. Now, hands up, it's a fair cop. She stays fifth. Lots of field event action coming on, including this.
Women's discus throw F41 for those of shorter stature. Rawa Talili goes in this field. She'll be on the second page there. There she is, the 3-time Paralympic champion in a discus. But she only picked up bronze in the shot put in the past couple of days here at these championships, where she's a 4-time world champion. Medina Mukhtarova of Uzbekistan, a nation who've been doing very well at these championships. Her lifetime best set this year of 21.19. She is an F40. There are F40s and F41s in this F41 field. David Dorj of Mongolia, you just saw there, and that is Li Wei of the People's Republic of China. Ibtisami Al-Ghara, who was 8th in the shot put here at these games. Mariam Al-Zayudi of the UAE is 5th in the lineup. Navruza Akhmatova of Uzbekistan, the 2nd of the Uzbeks, going 4th in the shot put here at these championships. Paula Mejia of Mexico, lifetime best of 23.65. Charlotte Bolton of Canada, bronze in the Pan American Games back in Chile in 2023. Renata Slavinska, silver medalist in the Europeans in 18. She is the reigning European champion for Big Gosh in her home European Championships in 2021. Kubaro Kakamova from Uzbekistan, silver in the shot put already, and Rawa Talili, the reigning Paralympic champion from Tunisia. Hayat Algara, who was a bronze medalist in Tokyo back in 2020. Estefany Lopez of Ecuador, last but not least, bronze medalist in the Paralympic Games last year. So 13 set to go in the women's discus throw F41. F41 world record held by Rawa Talili, and the championship record as well by her.
Pinar in the shot, F64. Kowalska has extended the lead. Another championship record for her, 10.88. Pinar in fourth, 8.95. Another 10 centimeters. She goes into the medals. Oh, that'll do it. That will do it all right. And Fiona Pinar, very, very impressive display. So far from her. It's close to a lifetime best of 9.25 and maybe beyond it. You can see the way that she was shaking her shoulders previously, that she felt she had a better throw in her, that the technique could be improved. And she has done that. 9.33, and Pinar, with a lifetime best, goes into the bronze medal position. Superb throw, and that's the way to do it. And you can kind of guess how the coach feels that more could be on the way. Who's to say it won't be? It's quite cracking. Just got to get the stance right. She can get that a bit further even. That would be something. So that's round two. Kowalska leads 10.88, championship record for Poland. Guerrero second, USA. 9.97, Pinar third for Spain. 9.33, Nuchet fourth for France. 9.05. Franceschini fifth for Canada. 8.09. A day at Wanty here. Back for more. First world championship for Pinar, by the way. As it is for Dea Wanto, who finished fifth in the discus of the Asian Games 2 years ago. In Hangzhou, that's shy of 8 though for her. Came close with her opening throw to her lifetime best. Lifetime best set this year, but this occasion. Starting very shortly, which will be getting into quite a bit. 7.53, slight improvement on her second round throw, but 7.71 remains the best. So, Guerrero coming up now back home. It's still definitely Thursday night. It's a very good bronze medal in Santiago. Doing that in your debut when she was 20 years old at the Pan Ams, and that's a belter. It's out towards 10 meters, gets the white flag. 9.97 in the opening round. It won't be that shy off it. She wanted to go beyond 10. 10.26 her lifetime best this year. Yeah, 9.55. Wasn't convinced it was going to be beyond it. Just a little bit away from that 10 metre line. Consultations can begin. Again, Franceschini next to go. That was an interesting throw last time. It was flagged out. 8.16 her lifetime best, but I mean that went beyond 8 metres. Let's see if she can get extra control on this. 9.33 right now. Her lifetime best is 8.16. Franceschini. So around that mark. Actually, with the divot, it's the part of it that's closest to the line that gets measured from. She sand going up, by the way, so somebody's reached that particular spot before. She's such a distance in the previous one, 9 meters to be 8:13. That's only 3 centimeters off her lifetime best. Does she get beyond that, though? That's the question for her. This Canadian team here. And Kowalska looking for the double. She's broken the championship record up to 10.88. She's within 30 centimeters of the world record. That's around 10 meters. That is not to be an improvement for her, but at least an old try. Now we've got men's shot put action coming up. It's qualifying, so not necessarily going to dwell on that a lot. Top 6 in the final will be the best performance in that. Kowalska 10.11. We've broken the championship record twice so far today. Now Nouche. Good sprinter. 4th in the 100 meters final in last year's World Championships in Kobe and 6th in Paris the year before. 4th in the shot as well, she was last year. Nouche lining up. Well, that's beyond 10 meters by Nouche. That is a brilliant throw, and that will put her into the top 2, and she will feel that is a lot more like it. World record set in Kobe by her last year of 10.64. That's beyond 10. Kowalska leading 10.88. They are in slightly different categories. Nouche is F63, which is the single above the 10.10. And that puts her into 2nd spot. Fiona Pienaar, who has met her at the track, meeting her. What is her debut championship shot put from make out? It's around 9 and bits. 9.33 had her in the bronze medal position before that throw from Nouche just now. That was a lifetime best of 9.33, and you can still see in the discussion with the coach that there was further she could go. Now she's 64 centimeters off the bronze medal. Has she improved on her lifetime best? No. 9.03.
Men's long jump T37. It's time to meet the combatants from this. Paralympic champion Brian Imperathiri goes up against the world champion Mohamed Nasri. Field of 14. Dostan Kakharov, his first major championship for the 18-year-old from Uzbekistan. Lifetime best of 5.16. Neutral para-athlete Sergei Birakov, pushing up towards the 6 meter mark with his lifetime best. Matheus Evangelista of Brazil. He was a bronze medalist in Kobe last year at the Worlds. He took bronze as well at the Paralympic Games. Brazil, what a finish they had to last night's session. They'll be looking for more medals through that man. The reigning world champion, Mohamed Nasri, he was 5th in the Paralympic Games last year. Luis Segura of Spain, lifetime best of 5.30 meters for the Spaniard. Jesse Zuzu, we've seen him already at these championships. He was 6th in the discus. He was the bronze medalist in Chile at the Pan American Games in 2023. The second of the Uzbeks in this competition, Sojikon Mamediev, 22 years of age. with a lifetime best of 5.34 metres. Cypriot Victoris Penteras. And the man who took gold back in Tokyo 2020 at the Paralympic Games, he's the European champion as well, Vladislav Zalbenyi of Ukraine. Sherman Kobasov, silver medalist in this event back in Lyon in 2013. He won gold at the Rio Paralympic Games. He's the 10th to be introduced. And here is the Paralympic champion from Argentina. Also won gold at the Worlds in Paris back in 2023. He's the Pan American Games champion as well, Brian Impalathiri. Samson Apio of Kenya, he was disqualified here in the 200 metres. He's enjoying himself. Regardless, he was silver in the Paralympic Games last year. That is an introduction from him, not me. Ali Alfatenya of Iran, lifetime best of 6.24. And last up, the silver medalist from Kobe last year, Konstantinos Kamaris of Greece. The world record and championship record held by Zhang Guangzhou of China. The world record set back in Rio in 2016 at the Paralympics. The World Championships in London in 2017 was where the championship record was set for the men's long jump, T37, which will be getting underway very shortly indeed. So Kakarov was first up, the 18-year-old, at his first major championship. Load of field action happening. 5.62 was the first up for Kakarov. That is a lifetime best with his opener. Sergei Birikov next to go. Strong field going in this one. As we work our way down from 1 down to 14, as we head towards the latter half of the athletes to go with their first jump, we will see some real pressure put on those championship and world records. So Birikov off with his opener. And that is out between the 6 and 7 metre mark. It's a white flag that's given, and I hasten to add, with his lifetime best set this year of 5.97, it may well have just smashed it then. He looked pretty good on the board. He was fantastic on the board. 6.34, a lifetime best. He moves into first place. Well, Brazil lead the medal standings at the very top of the pile. 36 medals in total for the Brazilians. 12 golds, 17 silvers, and 7 bronzes. This man will be doing his best to add to it. The bronze medalist from the Paralympic Games last year, and also the Kobe World Para-Athletics Championships. Matheus Evangelista, 6.53, his lifetime best. If he goes anywhere near that, he will be into the lead. Well, he's left well back from the board, so he must have lost about 20 or so centimetres then. Not even sure he managed to get onto the board. This is the coordination impairment category, the second least of coordination impairment. You can see even from the front on angle that he barely got to the board. So a good 20 centimetres or so lost there by Evangelista. 586 is the mark. It does move him into second position, but he is some distance short of both his season best and his lifetime best, losing a good chunk of change there at the takeoff point. So the world champion with his first up jump missed out on medals in Paris at the Paralympic Games. He finished in 5th position there. He did manage gold in Kobe last year. And he'll be hoping to get himself up and starting with a solid jump. Now, with 14 going in this, there'll only be 8 after the first 3 that go through to the final 3 rounds. So it's imperative to not put pressure on yourself and make sure you get a legal jump in at least the first 2 that you come up with. So avoiding fouls is going to be key for these strong competitors. And he's fouled first up. So strike 1 for Nasri. He's pretty laid back about it by the looks of things, but he's going to have to, with the next one, if he fouls in the second one, he's going to put some real pressure on him. So the key is to make sure you get a jump that's legal in that first 1 or 2, even if it just gets you through to the top 8. If you're strong enough, you know you're going to have a jump that's good enough to get you through, but that was way, way across the board. There was no doubt in that one whatsoever, and the red flag is given.
Quick word on the women's shot put F64. It's as you were. Guerrero's gone beyond 10 metres but stays there. Kolowska 1, Niche 2.
It's a packed field session. Track events getting underway in the next few minutes. We'll have the men's 1500 metres T20 heats, intellectual impairment, but at the moment we're sticking with the long jump, and it is another foul. So 2 fouls in a row from the last 2 competitors. That one there, Luis Segura of Spain. Another one that wasn't any concern for the judges. There was no need to even look at anything close up on that one. Slight headwind for the competitors this morning. So Segura goes and has a chat with the coach and just has to run through a few bits as to where the takeoff needs to be from, where the run needs to come from. It can be quite different with the coordination impairment category. If you lose a bit of that coordination on the way in, your runoff gets put off and then you end up fouling just like Segura did then. As we head to the track, and a big, big shock by the looks of things there.
Because the Paralympic champion Ben Sandilands does not start in this men's 1500 metres T20 semi-final. This is the intellectual category, and Ben has not made it this morning. A sensational triumph for the last 2 global championships, and he's not here. He's not on the start line. Championship debut, finished 4th in the 800 metres here this week for Gabriel Arampatsis of Greece. Alongside him, for Japan, bronze in the 1500 metres final in Kobe a year ago from Oita. Baseballer in his time, Yuji Tagawa. Alongside him for Saudi Arabia, 5th in the 800 metres final here in New Delhi in his championship debut, Abdul Majid Ghaffari. Ben Sandilands does not start. Next up, European silver medalist, part of a talented athletics family, Jonabel Rodriguez. You'll know his brother Deli Bear as well. It's his 5th world championship. Next up, for Australia, from Victoria, Ferntree Gully, coached by Gavin Boren. 7th in the 800 metres final here, Daniel Malone of Australia. Next up for Portugal, the World and Paralympic Games silver medalist in the last 2 global championships, Sandro Baeza. Next up for France, 5th in the 1500 meters at the Paris World Champs 2 years ago, Gilles Geoffrey. And on the outside, the new world 800 meters champion, IndianOil of Italy. Well, that is a real surprise. No Ben Sandilands, so that opens up the golden prospects for everybody in this and in the next semi-final. Little stumble and they're away. So it's the first 6 who go through to the final, and that's the simple cut-off point. No hot seat, no lucky losers. You're in or you're out. It's as simple as that. Well, it's a big surprise, I have to say, that Sandilands doesn't make it. That's the nature of athletics. The man who has done brilliantly in the last couple of championships, based in Dunfermline, trains there from Kirkcaldy, from 5AC. Well, he's not here. Yuji Tagawa is leading the way for Japan. A decent gap for him in this opening lap, and the peloton being led by Gabriel Arampatis of Greece. Slight advantage with Geoffrey right behind him, so 3 laps to go. Tagawa is a 3:52 man in his career and this year. That gap around 20 meters, and he's gone belting out. He's 29 years old. So from Oita in Japan, he played baseball at club level with his brother, moved into this scene not very many years ago. He finished 9th in his debut Paralympic Games in Tokyo 4 years ago, that in the 1500 meters. Remember, the races for the T20 being the intellectual category are somewhat limited, the 800 popping up this year along with the 4, and they've got the long jump as well. Major shock in the women's final last night. Gold for Brazil and not for Poland. But time and sport moves on. Here's Yuji Tagawa with that world bronze last year in Kobe and that wonderfully attended World Championships there. And the crowds were higher in the morning than in the evening. Fabulous. So Tagawa, it's a big lead. He's got 2 laps to go. His lead is about 50 meters now. And it's Sandro Baisa, the World and Paralympic Games silver medalist, who's leading the peloton right now. Also up there is the Greek Arampatis and the interesting-looking young Australian, the 24-year-old Daniel Malone. He's already reached 7th spot in the 800 final, and he holds the Oceania record, having finished 13th in the Paris World Championships 2 years ago, the Stade Charity. So he's up there, Baisa's up there. You can see the gap quite well. Tagawa with just about 600 meters to go. Well, he's gone out full tilt. Let's hope he hasn't burnt off too much energy by this stage, from his point of view at the very least. Daniel Malone is top of the main chasing bunch right now for Australia. He's 4:05 this year. He actually is the slowest season's best. He's the 2nd slowest lifetime best. But for everyone else, it's somewhat tactical. And they can leave him off. They don't need to worry about Tagawa. Obviously, being T20, we've said this before, tactics don't really come into play. There's the bell. It's the top 6 going through. So 5 of this chasing pack of 7 will be making it, unless they catch Tagawa. That gap has come down a bit, I have to say. It looks to be about visually 30, 40 meters now. Wonder if he'll make it. He's still trotting away well in the lead. Now Ghaffari has moved his way up for Saudi Arabia, alongside the Frenchman Gilles Geoffrey. And Baisa there too. It's been all about Yuji Tagawa in this 1500 meters semi-final. The final bend is on the way, and it can't come soon enough for the Japanese, because he might be reeled in here. They're catching up on him. It's Geoffrey, and now Gavalis and Arampatis who are trying to get there. Tagawa will hold on. Tagawa will take it. Arampatis in 2nd place. Also there is Geoffrey, Baisa, and I think Rodriguez as well. And Tagawa, well, he got that one right. Peeled away at the front. They couldn't reel him in. 4:09.03 the winning time. Don't worry about times in this, it's about placement. Ha! Well, that was quite an achievement from Tagawa, I have to say. Aaron Pattis, Joffrey. I thought Aaron Pattis and Joffrey were going to peel off and take him in, but they didn't in the end. But they all made it.
It was interesting to watch Tagawa. In the last lap, he was having a good look over his shoulder because he wanted to see where they were coming from. And that pack behind him were closing the gap in the past 400 metres, and he had a look a couple of times. He was a bit concerned, but he kicked again towards the end, did the Japanese, and in the end comfortably across the line. But he may well have used up a bit of gas in those first couple of laps, running out there by himself and not with a group, and he had to put a bit of effort in the last 400 metres just to make sure he extended and stayed out in front to get through. But it is the top 6, so even if he had been reeled in, I'd say he would have had a good 30 or 40 metres to work with those who dropped off the back of the chasing pack.
It's good news from their point of view that their man is through, and he is through as a winner. Doesn't matter where you are in the top 6 so long as you make it. So Tagawa wins 4:09.03. Aaron Pattis, Joffrey, Rodriguez, Baissa and Dieng will join him in the final. Ghaffari run out of it. Maloney in the end just maybe ran out of a little bit of steam in the closing straight. And Ben Sandilands, well, he doesn't start. And that means a new champion will be crowned this weekend. Quite something ultimately. Women's shot put is coming to the end. We're into the final round of it. And we'll keep you posted on how that goes.
Men's long jump continues though. The Pio set to go with his opener. I can tell you that the leader, I'll give you that in just a moment. That's a Pio's first jump. So we've had a few fouls leading up to it. That one though given the white flag. The Paralympic champion, Brian Imbalathiri, leads at the moment with a season best 6:47. Birikov, lifetime best for him, the neutral para athlete, in second. And Zaral Benyi, who won gold in Tokyo back in 2020, is in third at the moment. So a PO waits. And a PO, 5:48 for him, puts him in 7th position. So he's inside the top 8 at the moment. The top 8 vital, because after the first 3 jumps, the field of 14 will narrow down to 8 for their last 3 jumps in this men's long jump T37 coordination impairment category final. Paralympic.org is the place to go, by the way, if you want more information on categories in parasport in general. Para-athletics obviously here. And you've got all the information you need.
Now just before Olfatnia goes, we've seen most of the women's shot put F64. Kowalska has just won it for Poland. May have a review of that a little bit later. Championship record 10:88. Nouchet second for France. Guerrero, the bronze for the United States.
Ali Olfatnia of Iran heads out for his opener. He's the penultimate athlete to go with their opening jump, and that is a foul. Way across the board. His lifetime best is 6:24. If he went anywhere near that, he'd be up around the top 3 places. But it's a foul to start with, so he's going to have to reassess, have a chat with the coach, and work out where he was and where he's going, because that is a good distance across that board. So Olfatnia with a foul first up. There was 1 left to go in the opening round of the men's long jump T37. It's Camaras, who was a silver medalist in Kobe last year. We'll keep you up to date with that in a little while, but it's time to head back to the track. Heat number 2, men's 1500 metres T20, intellectual impairment category. And this one sees the reigning world champion, Mikey Brannigan of the USA, heading out in this one. A field of 9, the top 6 will go through automatically to the final. Meshel Mahoutin, who has won silver here in the 800 metres already at these championships from Saudi Arabia. And the man who won gold in the Rio Paralympics back in 2016. Bronze last year in Paris. He's the reigning world champion, Mikey Brannigan. He also holds the championship record set in London in 2017. Man who won world javelin gold in 2017. Michael Barber of Canada, who's silver at the Pan American Games in Chile in 2023. Maxim Angelov, competing as a neutral para-athlete, he made the final here of the 800 metres. Iwata Yuki made the final in Kobe last year. He was 10th in 2023 in Paris. Portugal's Cristiano Pereira, 4th, just missing out on a medal in Kobe last year. Chao Sim-Young, 6th in the 800 metres here at these championships. Toda Natsuki, 21 years of age, his first major championship for Japan. The second of the Japanese athletes to go in this heat. And 22 years of age, first major championship. He won bronze here in the 800 metres already. Mehmet Egelmez of Turkey. So Japan represented with 2 athletes going in this, in Iwata and Toda. Tagawa won the opening heat and they're away. So 3 3/4 laps to find out who is going to go through. Top 6 automatically through is Toda, the 21-year-old who leads the way out in front. And it's almost got off to a similar start as the opening heat when Tagawa went out very fast in front and held on for the entirety of the race. They head down the home straight for the first time. And it is Toda who's out in front, 3:52.84, his lifetime best. That's a good time. That would be inside the championship record if he was to match that at these championships. Barber, the world junior champion from 2017, he's in there along with the Portuguese athlete Cristiano Pereira, who was 4th in Kobe last year, just outside the medals. The chasing pack are just, well, literally packed in amongst each other at the moment. It is the top 6 that goes through, so there are 9 going in this, and 3 will miss out. And Toda has obviously decided he's going to take the running from the front and do what his compatriot Tagawa Yuji did in the opening heat. So he maintains that lead. It's around 20 or 30 metres at the moment as they head down towards the home straight for the second time. And when they come down across the finishing line, they'll have 2 full laps to complete. Intellectual impairment category, so sometimes the tactics are not necessarily something that comes into it. There was a bit of almost a fall at the back there. It was Mahoutin who picked up silver in the 800 metres. He just skipped across and looked to have maybe clipped the heels of one of his competitors, and he tried to get around the back and move to the outside because you don't really want to be boxed in at the back there, and Mahoutin just moved himself out, the Saudi athlete. But it is still Toda Natsuki who leads the way out in front. He's around 30 metres ahead of his Japanese compatriot Iwata Yuki. So Japan have really come to the fore in this 1500 metres T20 intellectual impairment category at the moment, because they're in 1st and 2nd position after taking 1st in the opening heat. So staying out in front, Toda Natsuki has a lead of around 20 metres, as you can see there at the moment. And Pereira in third place. Barber, we haven't even mentioned Mikey Brannigan yet, and all of a sudden, as I say that, he moves down the outside into second position as they come across to take the belt. It is the top 6 that go through, so you just want to make sure you're comfortably inside that 6. They take the belt. It is Toda out in front. It is Brannigan currently in second place. And Michel Mahuten is in third. Iwata in fourth as they head down that back straight with around 250 metres to go. And Brannigan has timed it perfectly. He's just sitting now a couple of metres behind Toda Natsuki, and he's about to go past him to take the lead. Well, all of a sudden, you don't mention Mikey Brannigan. There's 500 metres left to go. He makes a move around the outside. He's just cruised past Toda there into the final 100 metres. He's played this one perfectly. He doesn't necessarily need to win it. He can almost slow down now at a canter and jog across the line, because it's the top 6 that go through, and the top 6 are well clear at the moment. So Brannigan is going to take it. Toda in second position. Mahuten goes across there. The second of the Japanese, Iwata, also there, and it's Portugal's Pereira who takes 6th position. So they are the top 6 that go through. 3:56.95 is the time for Brannigan, so he's outside his championship record. 3:56.95, 3:57.33 for Toda, who did the majority of the running and only got overtaken with about 150 metres to go. He finishes in second position, but he does qualify. But Brannigan just times it to perfection. Wouldn't blow a candle out at the moment. But at the start, Toda went to the front. He knew it was the top 6, but it's clearly a ploy of the Japanese here in these championships in this particular event to take the front running. Tagawa doing the same thing when winning the opening heat. But there's Brannigan on his shoulder. There's Brannigan gone past him, and he takes the win. 3:56.95. Natsuki in second, Mahuten third, Egelmez in fourth, Iwata in fifth, and Cristiano Pereira the 6th and final automatic qualification position. He's happy. They're happy looking on. Decent little crowd in here this morning, actually. I think we believe with some school children we have in on the far side as well, which is lovely to see. So there's confirmation that Brannigan, Toda, Mahuten, Egelmez and Iwata with Pereira go through as the top 6 into the final of the men's 1500 metres T20 intellectual impairment category.
Back into the men's long jump T37 final, trying to get the run-up absolutely right. But it is unfortunately a red flag for Pentaris, and 5 is the optimum number right now. That's where he is. He's in 5th spot, 5:97. Only just trickling over it in the end. He's a centimetre off his lifetime best. Trying to push a 6-metre jump for the first time. A few words of advice needed, definitely. Pedjaderi leading for Argentina, 6:47. Biryakov, the neutral athlete, second, 6:34. Nasri third for Malaysia, 6:28. Zarabelny, 6:12, a regular championship medalist. Currently in 4th spot, season best, 6:12, white flag, prospects, definitely. batted himself through. I mean, we do see him succeed on a quite regular basis. .622. He improves by 10 centimeters. This is his only event here, by the way, for the man from Ukraine. Currently 6 centimeters off the medal.
Women's discus throw F41 final continuing at the moment. Rawa Talili leads the way in that one, 32.92, her best up throw for the 3-time Paralympic champion and the 5-time world champion.
Women's 400 meters T54, 2 semi-finals in this. The fastest wheelchair racers. And the fastest over 100 meters again for Mauritius, Noemi Alphonse. She goes in this. Mel Woods has picked up 2 bronze medals so far at these World Championships. Next up for the United States, 3-time Pan Am champion 2 years ago, Hannah Dederick, with an asterisk. So silver in the 1 at these World Championships. The reigning European champion over 100 meters, Zubeidi Suprageshi. But here she is, the 2 in a row, 100 meters world champion for Mauritius, Noemi Alphonse. And in lane 4 for Argentina, the Pan Am silver medalist in Santiago. Behind Hannah, Lucia Montenegro. One of those esoteric questions you ask at 6 a.m. on a Friday morning. Is it Dederick or is it Dederick? It's Dederick. She's in 7. Top 3 to go through. Plus the next 2 fastest. And they're ready. And they're off. Montenegro in 4, Alphonse 5, Suprageshi 6, Dederick in 7, and Mel Woods of Great Britain in lane 8. 3 of these have already won medals. So far, Alphonse and Suprageshi, the top 2 in the 100 meters. Mel Woods, bronze in the 8 and the 15. And Alphonse is ripping it up right now. Suprageshi as well alongside in lane 6. Dederick not doing too badly in 7 with those Pan Am golds, the 1, the 4, retaining a title from 4 years earlier in Lima and adding the 15 to it. But going brilliantly right now is Alphonse. Montenegro left behind a little bit. It is Noemi Alphonse for Mauritius. It's Dederick and it's Woods. And it's these 3 who are on the way to the final, and the rest will have to worry. Dederick looking for the win, and Dederick gets it. Woods 2nd, Alphonse 3rd, they're all through. And 53.70 is the winning time. Nice winning time for Hannah Dederick, the 22-year-old. So 4th in the Paralympics last year, 4th in the 100 meters final here, waiting for her first global medal. Grew up in Washington, based now in Champaign in Illinois, the national center. Goes through along with Woods and Alphonse. Suprageshi, lifetime best all the same. 57.31, it gives her a fighting chance maybe, but some good names as well in the second semi-final. Maybe a little psychological advantage gained from the American wheeler as she coasted her way around. This used to be the territory of McFadden and McFadden for very many years. Yeah, nice start by Mel Woods in 8, and in 5, Noemi Alphonse moving up really well after her latest 100 meters triumph. Skirted around well. Alphonse has had a good week already, 4th in the 5, 5th in the 8 and the 15. This is her 5th event. It's a race you didn't necessarily need to win, but for Dederick, these things are welcome. Came across the line well. Actually, she's originally from Suzhou in China. made her way across the Pacific after that. And she's made her way across the line here quite nicely. Good work. Teresa Skinner, Adam Blakeney, her coaches, also wheelchair basketball, and into the final here. Diederichen, Woods and Alphonse and Subarageshi. Montenegro, they will have to wait.
Men's long jump T37 continues. This is off Anya after a foul with his opener. He gets a legal jump in this one. Does the Iranian. So the Paralympic champion, Impalatheri, leads the way. 6.63, a championship record with his second jump. Birikov in second, the neutral, and Nasri, the world champion, in third position. 6.23 is a season best for Al Fatnia. So that lifts him up into fourth position. Next to go, the Greek Konstantinos Kamaras, silver medalist in Kobe last year, foul with his opener, so he also needs a legal jump. Well, that was tight, and he's been given the white flag, so that was a decent mark. He should get there. You don't want to be fouling with the opening two when you've got 14 who are going and it gets cut down to 8 after the opening 3. Tight on the board there. He got all the distance he could get. He has a lifetime best of 6.15. He waits, he wonders, as do the rest of us. Currently at the bottom of the pile, but this should lift him nicely up. .585 for Kamaras, so it puts him in 9th position, so he's going to have some work to do to make sure he gets into the top 8 with his next jump. He needs to make up 1 centimetre. That's how short he is of finishing in the top 8. So a bit of work still to do for the young Greek. As there is for this man who's in 10th. Kaharov, 18 years of age, first major championship. He has 2 jumps exactly the same, 5.62. Lifetime bests, 5.16 it was coming into it. So he needs to find himself around 25 centimetres with his third jump. He's in 10th position. Can he improve it? Well, he may just have fallen short, and I tell you why, because I think he lost plenty on the board. When he took off, he was well short. So he might just have failed due to that board and not getting enough distance. Just watch that. He takes off short of the board, so he's lost himself around 20 or so centimetres there. I don't know whether that 20 centimetres would have made a huge difference in the scheme of things.
2024, the neutral para-athlete, Igor Baskakov.
Because he needed to get up to around 5.90 or so. He didn't do that. 5.25 it was, so he will be bowing out at this stage of the competition. Birikov is next to go. He's in second. Lifetime best with his opener of 6.34. 5.97 it was coming into it, so he smashed that by 37 centimetres.
With a lifetime best of 38.07 from India, please welcome Monu Gangas.
Third attempt for Sergei Birikov, the neutral para-athlete. 27 years of age.
The world Paralympic champion from Italy.
Well, that looked all right.
Tapia.
That looked nice and tight there to the end of the board.
The Paralympic
officials having a look.
Alvaro Delamo Cano.
It must have been tight because we're still waiting for a flag.
And finally, 5th at the Paris Paralympics from
And it's
Brazil,
a white flag that's given, so
Rodrigo da Silva.
this could be very nice. 6:34, that lifetime best. Oh, look at that. It couldn't have been any better on the board. There was a tiny amount of separation between where his foot was and the end of the board, and that was timed to perfection, and he moves up 6:43. He adds another 9 centimeters to his lifetime best. He's currently in second, behind the Paralympic champion in Pathiri. So the women's 400 meters T54 is now up with heat number 2. And it is Leah Bayakula, the Paralympic champion in the 400 meters that goes in this. She's also the 100 meter Paralympic champion, but finished 5th here in the Worlds in that one last night. So back in the blocks they go for the 400. Nandini Sharma of Canada, who was 8th in the 100 meters just yesterday. There is Bayakula. She finished outside the medals in the 100. She's already won gold though in the 800 meters here. Marie Perrine was in the final of the 100 meters last night as well. She'll go in lane number 6. Bronze medalist from Paris last year, Zhu Quan. Bronze in the 100 meters here at these championships, silver in the 1500 meters, and silver in the 800 meters as well. 15 global medals for the reigning world champion. Anissa Abdullah of Norway will go in lane number 4. It is the first 3 that go through automatically. The 2 times at the moment. 57.31 is the best of the qualifiers, and 57.69 from the first heat. So heat number 2, women's 400 meters T54. So they were held waiting for a bit of silence, but they are underway now, and it is Bayakula who's already come up on the inside shoulder of Nandini Sharma, the Paralympic champion. Last year is out in front at the moment, and inside her it is Perrine of Mauritius, who was also in the final of the 100 meters as well, but Bayakula is well out in front. The world champion in Zhu Quan is back in 3rd position. It is the top 3 that automatically go through, so if you are in a position to be able to coast a little bit, then make the most of it to try and conserve the energy in the heat here in New Delhi. But Bayakula has flown out in front. Zhu Quan is currently in 2nd position. She's a good, almost 20 meters behind at the moment. It's Bayakula who's going to come across, and what's the time going to be? 50.51 is the time, so that is absolutely flying it. She is just outside the world record, but she has broken Tatiana McFadden's championship record that was set back in London in 2017. 50.50 is the time that's given officially for Leah Bayakula. A quite outstanding finish. She really kept on going down that last 50 or 60 meters when she didn't really need to, because it's the top 3, but she wanted to put a statement out there after losing out in the 100 meters last night, and she has done just that. Catch me if you can, she says. A new championship record. Lifetime best for Zhu in 2nd, and it is Perrine who's gone across in 3rd position, also with a lifetime best for her. 57.94 in 4th position, so it will be the 2 from the opener in Supergici and also Montenegro who go through to the final. Well, what about that from Bayakula? An absolutely fantastic championship record, breaking the mark that stood for 8 years. They enjoyed it. Plenty more did as well. It's a warm day, up around that 30-degree mark. No rain forecast today, thankfully.
You'll still need an umbrella though. Belgian camp very happy. Bayakula very much so. That was determination all the way through, wasn't it? After, by her standards, quite a disappointing 100-meter final last night. Finishing 5th, she never really got going in it. Tell you what, she got going there.
This man's going as well. In the men's long jump T37, here's Mamadiev. They foul in his first. He's in 13th position. 5.17 his best so far. He needs to do some work to get into that top 8. Uzbekistan have done well at these games. Doesn't want this to be his last jump, because we will split after this. It's 14 who started, only 8 will go through to their last 3 jumps. And he won't be going through. No improvement, 5.14. So Sojkan Mamadev will be bidding farewell, the 22-year-old. That's the end of his competition after 3 jumps. Pentaris is inside the top 8, 5.97 with his opener. He's only 1 centimetre short of his lifetime best. So the Cypriot goes with jump number 3. And that is a red flag. Well across the end of the board. In fairness, he's inside the top 7, so there's no shame in having a go at that. He's got a bit of ground to play with. Kobasov sits in 12th position. Has got 1 left. But besides that, Camaras is in 9th. He has 1 left as well. But Pentaris, it was worth having a go at. But 2 fouls in a row, so 5.97, a season best. 1 centimetre short of his lifetime best. As he gets to watch the jump back and see where perhaps he can improve with his run and takeoff in the next one. Here is the 2020 Paralympic champion, Zarobeny of Ukraine. He's in 5th position, 6.22, his second jump. He was the silver medalist in Paris in 2023. He's the European champion twice over. 6.59 his lifetime best. Season best with his second for 6.22 after 6.12 in his first one. He's in 5th position. He's 1 centimetre short of Al-Fatnia in 4th. He's 13 centimetres short of the reigning world champion Nasri, who is in 3rd position, bronze medal at the moment. So 6.10, no improvement. He stays 5th with that season best 6.22. Sherman Kobasov, neutral para athlete. He was a gold medalist in 2016 in Rio. He's currently outside the top 8. Well, it's pushing up towards the 6-metre mark. He's been given the white flag. Has he left his run late? 5.89 is what Samson Apio currently has in 8th position. 5.71, so the man who took gold back in Rio in 2016 will be bowing out of the competition as well. Just those small steps as he came towards the board there is what saw him lose that length in the jump. He just lost his run up a bit, and you saw the little stuttering steps as he came towards the takeoff board. He did well not to foul, in fairness, but he just couldn't get the power. He knows it as well. So his work is done for the day. And here is the man who's in the lead, the Paralympic champion from Argentina, Brian Impalathiri. Third jump, 6.63 with his second one. What has he got here? Was pushing out around about the mark that he had for that championship record in the second jump. That championship record had been held by Shan Guangzhou, 6.58 it was, so he broke it by 5 centimetres. That had been there since back in London 2017. He doesn't improve with that last one, 6.52, so he stays in first position before the split when we just go with the top 8 in a moment or two's time. He got some height, just not the distance and power from that takeoff that he wanted. So Impalathiri has a chat with the coach. 6.42 when he won that Paralympic gold last year. Now here's a Pio. He's on the cusp of going through a season best with his second of 5.89. Disqualified here in the 200 metres. Silver medalist last year in Paris at the Paralympic Games. 5.89 with his second, and that one he hasn't even got to the board, and he's gone out near the 6 metre mark. He's lost about 20 centimetres there. There was no doubt whatsoever about it being a legal jump because he wasn't anywhere near the board. But goodness me, the power from his takeoff. He'll be happy with that, even though he hasn't got the distance onto the board. Yeah, he's got a smile, all right, because I think he'll be heading up further than 8th place. Or perhaps not, 5.64. Well, that 20 centimetres or so that he missed out on could have lifted him up over the 6 metre mark. He still sits in 8th position. He will be going through as it stands at the present time.
Yes, it's the heats of the women's 200 metres T47. This is the single arm amputee category, and Anastasia Soloveva does not start this. The reigning European champion, but I'll tell you who does. Teresa Yashkova of Czechia, the Czech Republic. Silver in the 1, bronze in the 2 in the 2018 Euros in Berlin. In lane 5 for the United States, championship debut from Bloomington, Indiana. The US champion, Violet Hall, on a championship debut. No Soloveva, so the Euro champ misses out. A couple of championship debutants coming up. 15 years old, semi-finalist in the 100, Antonina Grassa. And at the age of 16, from Chile, this is Maria Lara. We've already seen her in the heats of the 4. And Anna Grimaldi, we've seen a lot before. The Paralympic 200 metres champion. Seeking a first world crown. 3-time Paralympic champ, twice in the long jump, and 200 metres now. What a win that was. In terms of the track, World Championship bronzes in the 1 for the woman from Dunedin. So it's the top 3 to go through, plus the next 4 faster into the semi-final. These are proper first round heats. So it's Yaskova 4, Hall 5, Grasa 7, Lara 8, Grimaldi 9. 200 T47. Away they go in the 200 meters. Lovely start by Anna Grimaldi, and the debutant Antonio Grasa is going very strongly herself right now for Poland, and picking up 2 is Violet Hall for the United States from Indiana. But it is Anna Grimaldi who's on the way. She finished 4th in the 1. That was a definite disappointment for her. In the 200 it's going right. Grimaldi takes it. Hall in 2nd place. And the 16-year-old debutant Maria Lara has progressed as well. Good win, 26-27. And it's a little bit like what we saw from Leia Bayakula in the wheelchair racing a few minutes ago. Looking to set things right from her previous final. And she's done that in style. And how about that from Violet Hall? Well, she won on a US Nationals debut back in August. Hall is only 17 herself. 26 for her. And Lara going through also. And those two with a combined age of 33. But Grimaldi, very smooth, job done, eased up a little bit. Not a bad time at all in the circumstances for a Friday morning. Job done, pure and simple, as she wished it to be. No worries about being in the top 3. She was in the top 1. And just a little look across at the board. Worth pointing out, there is no big screen behind the finishing line to have a gaze up at. It's actually behind them. It's the vagaries of the way the stadium is built. But Grimaldi did a job solidly there. Nothing to worry about for the time being. Into the semi-final as it is in New Delhi. And that will come along a little bit later. In 2016, when she won her first Paralympic title, that was in the long jump. 2015, bronze, Doha. Grimaldi takes it. 25.76, she's through. Violet Hall and Maria Lara as well. Lifetime best for Antonina Grasa, the 15-year-old Pole. Will get younger than that later, and the rest will have to wait. Soloveva didn't make it to the start line. Women's discus F41. And let's head to Bolton.
So Charlotte Bolton, the Pan American Games champion, a foul there for her. She's currently in 6th position. Raul Talili leads the way in this one. There you go. Just missed the netting. Almost took the judges out. A slice, I think we can call that one. So Kakamova, she's 5th with a lifetime best with attempt number 5 of 27.85. This is her final attempt. It's out near the 25-meter mark. For Kakamova. Silver already in the shot put here at these championships. She liked it when she got rid of it, bouncing up and down. But it's a foul. So she'll have to settle for 5th position. So there are 4 left to go. Next up, it'll be Hayat Algara, bronze medalist in the Paralympic Games in 2020 for the Moroccan. Now, if she can go near her lifetime best of 30.44, it would lift her up into second place. She's about 20 centimeters short of a bronze medal at the moment. What has she got? Let's have a look. Spins, turns, releases. It's out near the 28-meter mark. Not too sure whether it's going to have enough, though, to push her up into the medals. It's not 28.48. So here is the at least bronze medalist. We know what the three are going to be. It was an Asian record for Uzbekistan's Akhmatova. With her third, it was 28.83. Lopez leads currently in second position ahead of Akhmatova, but it is a bronze for the Uzbek. So she improves on her fourth place position in the shot put into the medals in the discus. Lopez, who was a bronze medalist in the Paralympic Games last year, she has improved to a silver. And it won't trouble the scorers as far as the gold medal position goes. So a bronze in 2024, bronze in the last two World Championships. She's the reigning Parapan American Games champion with gold in Chile in 2023. She'll take a silver here in New Delhi, 27.96 with her final attempt, which will come up on your screen any second now. And it means it's a season best of 29.81 for Lopez. And she takes a silver medal. But what that means is this lady here, Roa Talili, with 33.81. She's a three-time Paralympic champion in the discus. This will be her sixth World Championship in the discus. She was beaten out in the shot put where she had to take bronze here. We're not used to seeing that for this lady, Roa Talili. But the world record and championship record holder at the F41 category for the discus is the gold medalist again. That won't matter. It's a foul outside the quadrant. But she is the world champion in discus throw for the sixth time in her career. A couple of fouls, three in fact thrown in there, but her fourth attempt of 33.81 was enough. That one up near the 30-meter mark, but a foul because it was outside. She's still disappointed to know that it was a foul, but she will be happy to know that she has the victory. What a champion she is. Three-time Paralympic champion in discus and shot put. Now a six-time world champion in discus throw. She's a four-time world champion in shot put as well. Not at these games where she took bronze, but kisses and hugs all around for Roa Talili. What a champion she is. What an athlete. What a competitor. Second heat in the women's 200 metres, T47. Eula Ross amongst the medals in the 400 metres goes in this one, as does Cara Rodriguez. Kerrigan Johnson though in lane number 9, 17 years of age. She was 8th in the 400 metres at these championships. The oldest athlete in the field at 26. Goodness gracious me. She was 6th in the 100, Nanda Shalaha of Indonesia. Gold already in the 100 metres at these games. She has 6 World Championship golds, 22 years of age, Chiara Rodriguez of Ecuador. Eula Ross, bronze in the 400 metres here. She was 7th in the 100. From Germany, 19 years of age in lane 6. 17 years of age, Ada Budnikova of Czechia, who will go in lane number 5. Only turned 17 a month ago. And 22 years of age, Agata Galan of Poland, 26.65, her lifetime best set this year. And a lady who was 6th last year at the Paralympic Games, bronze medalist at the Pan American Games, 19 years of age, Sheriana Hassa of Canada. So the second heat of 4 to go. First 3 automatically through. And the next 4 fastest across the 4 heats through to the semi-finals. So Haas in 3, Gallon in 4, Budnikova in 5, Ross in 6, Rodriguez 7, Shalaha 8, and Johnson out in lane number 9. Second heat, women's 200 metres, T47. And away they go at the first time of asking. They all got away to a good jump, especially on the inside. Canada's Sheriana Haas, she is flying around that opening 100 metres. On the outside, Johnson is doing her best to keep pace. And here comes Chiara Rodriguez, 6 World Championship golds. She's flying down there. It is only the top 3 that go through. Rodriguez will be one of them. Johnson on the outside should hold on. And I think they're in lane number 6. Eula Ross has got through in 3rd position to take that automatic qualification. And it is a world record, 24.37 by Chiara Rodriguez. Breaking a mark that has stood since London 2012, the Cuban Unidas Castillo. So 13 years in the making, and Chiara Rodriguez has taken the world record in the opening round of the women's 200 metres T47 here in New Delhi at the World Para-Athletics Championships. Well, she was cruising around that first 100 where she ran the bend perfectly. She steamed down the last 60. She clearly wanted that world record. That was in her sights, and she took it, 24.37, taking 8/100ths of a second off the record held by Unidas Castillo since London 2012. So at this stage here, Johnson was looking good, but this is where Rodriguez comes into her own with that 100 metre speed that she has, finishing strong. She's out in front by about 10 or 12 metres, and she kept on pushing. There was no need for her to say, hey, the top 3 go through. She wanted a time that was going to show the other athletes what she's about. It was her first, distance second.
Centimetres from Kenya.
Johnson a lifetime best for her, by the way, and Eula Ross also a lifetime best as well for Shalaha, who will sit in one of those hot seats at the moment for the next couple of heats.
The F64 silver medalist.
The moment she finds out it's a world record.
Arel Middleton.
Well, the school children are in, and they are loving life. World record for Rodriguez, lifetime best for Johnson and Ross in the automatic qualifications. Lifetime best for Shalaha as well, 25.87.
The silver medalist in the discus throw from the United States of America.
She was looking at the clock there as well. That was definitely what she intended to do. No doubt about it, sensational.
A lifetime best
And
of
that's
13 meters.
a first round heat only.
The People's Republic of China. Yao Zhuan.
Astounding stuff. We will continue with this T37
this year
long
from
jump.
Norway.
So it's coordination impairment, and normally the second strongest of those categories. And we are deep into round 5. We're down to the top 8. And we kick off the 5th and penultimate round with Samson Apayo of Kenya, 5:89 in the second round. Good set of marks so far, trying to push it up towards 6. That's pushed a bit too far though, it's a red flag. And Apayo, he just misses out this time. That's actually his first no jump. It's quite impressive with what he's been able to produce so far in this competition. I just trot all over it. 6:20 is lifetime best, but he's way advanced on his season's best of 5:55. A fair bit of sand there as well, which he'll have to deal with at some point. A reminder of the top 3 in this. 6:63 championship record, Brian Impeggiateri of Argentina, Sergei Bryakov, neutral athlete, lifetime best 6:43 in second. Mohamed Nazri, third, Malaysia. 6:35 lifetime best. Pateras, we saw his first attempt of 5:97. He's had 3 no jumps since then. Season's best all the same, and it's only 1 centimetre off his lifetime best. He feels there's a 6-metre jump there somewhere. He's just had to check his stride a little bit. He's flown out well there. I think that should be okay as a fair jump. He's waiting for the flag. Head in hands. Is it another one? It is another one. And that is 4 no jumps in a row. Well, that had to be tight. It was tight. But he only just broke it. The old days of the plasticine gone, done by cameras now. Ooh, that was a close run thing. Was over, I thought 6 meters. But he got the flag, he got the foul. Matthias Evangelista, now 6:30, has him 5 centimeters outside of the medals right now. Nasri's there, 6:35. Evangelista, 6:53 is lifetime best. Which should be a second placer, but of course, it's a once in a lifetime thing. Bit of patience for him. Always necessary in an occasion like this. And tonight, by the way, have we got a show for you in the long jump? We've got 2 long jump finals. Both T64. So it's Marcus Raim and Flair Young on the same night, on the same bill, in the same event. Well, back to back anyway. That'll be a lot of fun. Join us for that one way or another if you can, please. Should be quite a show. We've already had one already. Chiara Rodriguez, that was just astounding. As she belts out. That was heat 2, this is heat 3. Women's 200 meters T47, single arm amputee category. And quite a few good champions going in this. Brittany Mason, the former 200 meters world champion. She's in this. Asian Games champion Itachot. Maria Augusto, Paralympic bronze medalist as well. Starting on the outside, 6th world championship for the Pan Am silver medalist. She was 6th in the 400 meters here last night. Amanda Serna. In lane 8 for Brazil. Already silver in the 100 meters, Maria Clara Augusto. In lane 7 for the United States. What a brilliant champion this woman has been. And here she is again, 2023, gold in the 2, Brittany Mason of the United States. In lane 6 for Thailand, the reigning Asian Games and Southeast Asian Games champion Satsirawan Intachot. In lane 5 for Kenya, 23 years old, semi-finalist of the 100 meters here, Stensi Abonyo. In lane 4, world championship bronze medalist here in the 100 meters at the age of 16. It's the Maid of Orleans, Marie Ngusu Ngoyi. 16, my word, what an age to have an athlete. Oh, here's Lexi Brown, she's 14 for Australia. From Nambucca Heads and the New South Wales coast, coached by Zenon Kowalczyk, it's Lexi Brown. 14 years old. Brittany Mason, proper star of the sport, silver in the 2 in last year's Worlds in Kobe when she was dethroned. Gold in the 1 fabulously in Dubai in 2019. 5 Paralympic medals, 4 silver and a universal relay gold. So again, it is the top 3 who will make it. 24:37, the new world record. Top 3 plus the next 4 to go through. Brown in 3, Ngusu Ngoyi 4, Bonyo 5, Intachot 6, Mason 7, Augusto 8, and Serna 9. Away first time. Good start by Augusto for Brazil, an 8, and she is away, and she is well away. Lifetime best of 25:35 this year. And also going well is Ngusu Ngoyi, the 16-year-old 100 meters bronze medalist. So it's Augusto de Silva in 8. On the far side, Ngusu Ngoyi of France, they're going to make it, no doubt about that. I think Intachot as well will make it. 25:01, wonderful time. And Augusto takes it. Ngusu Ngoyi in second place and Intachot third, and they will be going through, certainly, to the semi-finals. Lifetime best for Augusto of 25 seconds dead, congratulated by Lexi Brown. Good stuff, look at those PBs. Ngusu Ngoyi second, 25:63, but De Silva out well in 8, overtook Amanda Serna very quickly. Mason makes it behind Jalaya and Haas in terms of the next 4 fastest, the hot seats, the small queues for now, the fastest losers, whatever you want to call them, Abonyo in 4th for now out of that heat. Good going actually. Mason 4, Abonyo 5, but Augusto, away she went. Very impressive running, I have to say, by Ngusu Ngoyi. Maturity beyond her years, absolutely no doubt about it. And Intachot, professionally done, bronze in the 2. Last year in Paris and the year before in South Paris at the Stade Charlotte. Augusto did really well, and Mason, the twice world champion, down in 4th. The schools are in. Augusto's time in as well. So, Maria Augusto, lifetime best, 25 seconds, she's through, and Ngusu Ngoyi through for France in her tot as well. At the moment, Mason and Abonyo looking good with 1 more heat to go in this opening round, the first round of the women's 200 meters T47 for the single arm impairment. And Lexi Brown, well, started in athletics as a 7-year-old, and a primary school sports teacher, Mrs. Fenning, said, "Give this a go, you might like it." I think Lexi does, you know.
Well, here's a man who likes the long jump. Paralympic champion. Brian Impalatheri, 663. He's in first position. That his second jump. This his penultimate jump. 4th was a foul. It was a championship record with that second jump. So he's getting the crowd going. He's 20 centimeters in front of the neutral para athlete Sergei Birikov. Nasri, the world champion, sits in bronze at the moment. And that is tight to the board, and it is too tight. So it is another red flag, a second in a row for Impalathiri. Now, in fairness, his first 3 jumps, he set marks. He made sure that he went through with something solid, and he's pushing the limits now. As you can see, that is tight. He's over by a few centimetres. It is a foul, but he's trying to get every last little ounce and centimetre that he can get as he pushes towards victory here. It would make him a Paralympic and world champion. Nasri in 3rd place is the current world champion. Samson Appiah, now he's in 8th position, 589, that is season best for him. Lifetime best of 6.20, needs to be pushing up towards that, if not further. So the first of the jumpers to go with their last of this competition. Appiah, who was disqualified in the 200 metres, he was a silver medalist last year in Paris. He's just been having a word to there by the official, because I think we're going to wait until the final 200 metres T47 heat is out the way before we continue on with this competition. And that is going to be the case. So heat number 4, women's 200 metres T47, set to get underway in the coming minutes. And yet again, we have more youngsters. Fernanda da Silva, who was 5th in the 400 metres here. She was just outside the medals, finishing 4th at the Paralympic Games last year. She will go out in lane number 9, a lifetime best of 25.35 for her. Björk Nurmark, who was a bronze medalist in the long jump last year at the Paralympic Games, 23 years of age, just turned. 16 years of age, first major championships from the Newport Team Nova Scotia Athletics, coached by Philip Hadley. It is Chloe Dunbar of Canada in lane 7. 22 years of age from Norway, Eden Louise Oberland will go in lane number 6. Petra Lutheran, also in there, who was the bronze in the long jump in Kobe last year, and Ying Yan. 22 years of age, her first major championship, so there is no Overland in lane 6. She's a late scratching. So 5 to go, 3 automatically through to the semi-finals. The next 4 fastest across the 4 heats will be able to work out after this. Heat number 4, women's 200 metres T47. So they get away, and on the outside is Da Silva, who starts very quick, but already up on her shoulder. The bronze medalist in the long jump last year at the Paralympics, Nørmark of Denmark, is flying around that opening 100 metres, and Chloe Dunbar, the young 16-year-old from Canada, trying to stay with them. It's Nørmark who's out in front at the moment, and here's the first 3 who will go through, and it looks like it's going to be set. Nørmark out in front there with Dunbar, who just gets to 2nd place, and Da Silva of Brazil, who comes across what looks like in 3rd there. So they are the 3 that go through. .26.69 is the mark for the Danish athlete. De Silva goes across and does pip Dunbar to second. Doesn't matter though. 26.92 the time there for Fernanda De Silva. And we look like we had an early withdrawal there, by the way. I think Petra Lutheran has pulled out early in that race and didn't even make it through the first 100 metres. I wondered what had happened to Lutheran there when we had those three across the line. Yep, she was not starting much more after that first 50 metres, so it seems that she pulled out with an injury. So Dunbar, the 16-year-old, picks up an automatic qualification, but that lady there, Björk Nurmark, there is Petra Lutheran now, who's just walking down the final 20 metres or so to go across the finishing line. Well, that is a shame for Lutheran. Cholaha, Haas, Mason and Abonyo are the four who go through as the qualifiers who missed out on going through automatically. Well, Petra Lutheran, bronze medalist in the 400 in Kobe last year, bronze in the long jump. She was 7th in the 400 here, silver in the long jump in Paris, and she is out of this competition as we head back to the men's long jump T37. And we are heading through the final round of jumps. This here is Matheus Evangelista of Brazil, who's occupying 5th position at the present time. Bronze medalist in Kobe last year. He's just pulled up there as he was heading down. He might have done himself a mischief. Yeah, he looks like he might have done himself an injury of some sorts there. He looks very, very uncomfortable. So the official has just gone across and had a word with him. Well, there's no flag that's gone up because they put the, well, there is a red flag now. So whatever's happened there to Evangelista, he might have pulled himself a muscular injury as he was running down the runway. He just pulled up. So unfortunately for the man who took bronze medal in the Paralympic Games last year, he's going to finish in 5th position here. It was a season best with his 4th attempt, but yeah, he looks very uncomfortable is the word I think we can use for that one there for Matheus Evangelista. Now here we are, Iran's Olfatnia with a lifetime best of 6:31 with his 4th. He's 4 centimetres shy of Nasri, the reigning world champion, who's in the bronze medal position. Here goes the Iranian with his final jump. Well, he was okay on the board. He's out there well over that 6-metre mark. Has he done enough to usurp Nasri in 3rd place? I think he may well have, the way he's looking at it. He's very, very happy. There was no stutter as he took off. He got full acceleration and elevation. And that looks pretty good. It's 6:35. So he moves up into 3rd position. On countback ahead of the reigning world champion, Nasri. Well, what a way for him to finish this. Well, I think that's his coaching staff down there. They don't believe what's going on there. Now panicking because Nasri has 1 jump left. So this man here is the current world champion, Mohamed Nasri. He was 5th at the Paralympic Games last year. He has 1 jump to lift himself back up into the medals. The sun blazing down here as we head back to the track. We'll let you know how that gets on in a moment or two's time with Nasri, but it's the men's 100 metres T54 heats.
It's the fastest wheelchair races, the strongest men, and Cervantes does not start this the Paralympic 100 meters champion. We are seeing some massive names not make it to the line this morning. Starting off at lane 2 for Thailand, 4th in the 1500 meters final at the Paralympics last year in Paris. Pipatwong Sianglam. In lane 3 for Armenia, semi-finalists of the 4 here this week, Arman Sargassian. In 4 for China, 4th in the 100 meters at the Tokyo Paralympic Games, bronze in the 4 last year in Kobe at the Worlds, Zhang Ying. There is no Cervantes in 5, so in 6. 5th in the 400 meters final here, the 20-year-old from Portugal, Mahmudo Balde. In lane 7 for Saudi Arabia, the 18-year-old who finished 7th in the 400 meters final here, Al-Bara Al-Khani. And in lane 8 for Finland at his 8th World Championship, the European bronze medalist in Bydgoszcz 4 years ago, Esa-Pekka Mattila. So he's an 8 for Finland. It's the top 3 and the next 2 fastest to go through, but my word, one Pablo Cervantes, the Pan Am and the Paralympic champion, is not going to be the champion this time. So it's Sianglam in 2, Sargassian 3, Zhang 4, Balde 6, Al-Khani 7, and Mattila in lane 8. Top 3 into the final tonight, and they're away. Solid start, very good start from Balde. He is on his way. Balde clear, Al-Khani behind him. Mattila trying to move. It's going to be Balde to take it. Balde, Al-Khani, Mattila, the 1, 2, 3. 13.77 is only 1500ths outside the world record of Vatiwat Pangnua. 13.76 is ratified at. It's 800ths outside his lifetime best. That world record going in May. Pangnua breaking his own championship record from the Paris World Champs 2 years ago of 13.63. Balde wants it, do you think? He's within 1500ths of the world record. Al-Khani second, Mattila third. Thousands between them, but they're both through. Well, not only have we seen some big names not start, we've seen some blistering fast times. And Balde might have done a Kira Rodriguez there. Impressive to say the very least. My word, he bounded at it. Al-Khani pipped Mattila by 0.003 of a second. But they are both through. Decent heat that. Well, they are the fastest racers after all. On 3 wheels. That's who at Pangnua. We'll see him in a moment.
Well, here goes the world champion with his final jump. He's in 4th position on count back, and he has to come up with something huge. Well, that's close. It's a white flag. He's not too sure, though. The 22-year-old, he won gold in Kobe last year. So 6:31, and that means on count back again, because of the fact that he has further jumps than Al-Fatnia, and they both have 2 fouls, Nasri goes back into the bronze medal position. So bronze is his in a lifetime best, 6:35. What a finish we've had for this men's long jump T37 final. Could there be more to come as far as the top 2 goes? So Berkikov, 27 years of age, has a chance to go up to the gold medal position. Has he done it? He's lost some distance on that board. He started way back. I don't think he's done enough. 6:43 with his third jump. His lifetime best coming into it was 5:97 set this year. 6:19, so he takes the silver, so it's going to be a free hit for the man who has the championship record and Paralympic and now world champion. It will be Brian Impalathiri. Birikov, a silver medal for him. He'll be ecstatic with that. The only competition he came into it was the long jump for Birikov, so mission achieved, getting a medal. So Impalathiri, the Paralympic champion, has the championship record. What has he got now? Has he got more? Well, I think he may well have, if he gets the white flag. He does get a white flag. He may well have surpassed what he had. Well, it was just about for the Argentine. Just about, because he got 6:61. So Impalathiri adds to his Paralympic gold last year and hugs all round. From Rosario in Santa Fe in Argentina. Coached by Martin Arroyo. He'll be happy with his charge because he's a Paralympic and world champion, Brian Impalathiri of Argentina. Championship record to boot of 6:63, breaking a mark that was held since 2017. Second heat of the men's 100 metres, T54. Hu Yang, sixth in the 400 metres here. He was a bronze medalist in the 4x100 in the Universal Relay 2023 and silver in this event in Kobe last year. Janel Arifin of Indonesia in lane number 3. 14:35 his lifetime best. He'll be looking to better that. Athawat Pangnua, silver in the 400 metres here. He was the Paralympic champion in 2020, world champion in 2023. He took silver in Paris at the Paralympic Games last year in lane number 4. Luke Bailey, who was just outside marginally the medals last year, coached by Andrew Dawes, will go in lane number 5. Argentina have had luck in the long jump just now in the T37, and it is Gabriel Souza who will go for them in this, in lane 6. In lane 7, Jaman Al-Zarani of Saudi Arabia. His season best set this year, 14.10. Kareptian is out in lane number 8 of Armenia. So 7 line up. First 3 automatically going through.
On your marks. Set.
They get away, and fastest of all out in lane 7 is Al Razani of Saudi Arabia, but flying through, as you would expect, Pang Nua, who was a silver medalist at the Paralympics last year. Pang Nua's going to take it on the inside there. It's Hu Yang, 14.10 is the time. So it was the Thai Athawat Pang Nua who eased himself through to victory. A season best there for Hu Yang in second place, and it is the man who got away to the quickest start, the Saudi athlete Al Zarani in third place. Zhang and Sianglam are the ones who are going to go through from the opening heat. Their time's quicker in that one. So Arapan, despite setting a season best time in 4th position in this, will miss out. But it's Pang Nua, and he would like his chance as well. No Juan Pablo Cervantes, who didn't start in the open of the Paralympic champion. Leo Pekatati, the world champion, not here. This is as open a race as you will see when it goes through to the final later on today. Pang Nua takes it. 14.09 is rounded down to Hu Yang, a season best in second, and 14.46 for Al Zarani of Saudi Arabia in third position. So it is the top 3 who automatically qualify through there. A second heat that was slower than the opener. So the other 4 in 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th miss out. We're going through to the final. So this is how it looks. Zhang, Ying and Sianglam from the opening heat go through as the lucky losers. And Balde at the top of the pile goes through first. What a final to look forward to. Another one.
Yes, tons of track action happening here at the moment. We've got a bit of discus for you as well, which is happening right now. It's the F11 finalists, complete visual impairment, and Ba Jul Van is having his go.
Yeah, he took silver last year at the Paralympic Games, and he leads the way at the moment, so he'll be hoping for gold. They head towards the end. Oni Tapia, by the way, is in this competition. He's the world and Paralympic champion, and he sits in 4th though. 4 fouls in his opening 5 throws. 38.06 for Oni Tapia, with throw number 3 puts him in 4th position. But this man here from Iran, Hassan Boujavand, leads the way out in front with a season best 41.70 meters. His lifetime best is only 5 centimeters further than what he's thrown there with number 5. So the top 8 athletes have 1 throw left each. Igor Baskagov is currently in 8th position. Women's shot put F44 final though, that is ongoing as well.
Yeah, Safuna of Kenya here. We're in the 5th round, 9:21, so she's down the pecking order a bit. So this is the second shot put final of the morning, and these are the F44s who've been separated from the 64s. They all used to compete together, so the door opens up a bit. Safuna given a big championship record, a big championship debut, I should say. Hi, coach. Yeah, now I'll tell you what, our eyesight's not that good. It's not fantastic. Let's come a bit closer. Never mind. Anyway, the F44 is currently being led by Arel Middleton of the United States, the 17-year-old, quite sensationally. This is Angelina Kolesnikova of Uzbekistan on her championship debut, 19, finished 8th in the discus here. We've got a decent enough field, including Yao Juan, who's in 2nd spot, 12.81, only 14 centimeters off the gold, who is the 10-time world and 6-time Paralympic champion. So she's in another medal scrap for the gold. But right now, She is not winning it. Kolesnikova, a 9:21 a lifetime best coming into this. It's 9:33 now, so she's advanced it quite well. Next to go, Ida Nessa of Norway. So she finished 6th in the discus here. Silver in Bydgoszcz in the discus in 2021, the 2018 European champion. Got a very, very good field here. Got an interesting field. Rel Middleton leading, USA, 12.95. Yao Juan, China, second, 12.81. She is the defending champion in this. She's won the last 3 in a row, going for 4 in a row. She's second. And Funmi Oduwayi, the Welshwoman for Great Britain, she is third, 12.11. She's within a metre of the top. Nessa, 9.57, has her improving and leaping above Kolesnikova up into 6th spot. This is Lisa Martin Wagner of Germany. 10.35 her best in the opening round. Needs a metre to go up a spot. I'm not sure that's it, to be honest with you. A decent enough set of marks for her from her point of view. 11.84 lifetime best set this year. She's a metre and a half behind that right now. 7th in the Paralympic Games last year. 5th in the Worlds, though, the year before in Paris. Chance to be competitive. She is 5th now. 10.51, it's her best of the day. But she stays just slightly a little bit off the pace. So now for the USA, they have a good chance here of 2 medals, exactly a metre off 3rd spot right now. Samantha Hyacin, 11.11 to date. She's an 11.93 thrower this year. Lifetime best beyond 12 and she's a chance, but that's not beyond it. Silver in the discus here this week. Bronze last year in both the shot and the discus in Kobe from Adamstown in Maryland. Gave it a good throw, the 20-year-old. And the other American in this is even younger, and what a time she's having of it. More about her in a mo. Funmi Oduwayi, 4th in the discus here. From Wales, the former Welsh basketball international. With Cardiff Met Archers she was, and that's just beyond 10 metres. I'm not talking wheelchair basketball, I'm talking the global game. Played in the European Under-18 Championships a few years ago in Moldova. She was voted among the players of the tournament, came across the para-athletics at the age of 22 after surgeries on her leg, and she is really advancing and impressing and improving all the time, is Funmi. Coached by Josh Clark of the DSW Para Academy. Lifetime best 12.11 in the opening round, fouls all the way since then. Here is our leader for the United States at the age of 17, RL Middleton. 12.95 her best, putting a lot into it. That is beyond the 12-meter mark. The world record for Yao Juan of China is 13.40. And RL Middleton is really knocking it out of the park so far. Still going to Los Osos High School. Silver in Kobe last year and silver in the Paralympic Games, and on the brink of gold right now. That was 12.93, which in its own would have been enough to lead. 12.95 in the previous round has her in gold. One more throw to go, one more race to go.
Women's 100-meter T12 semi-final. There are 4 to go in this one and 4 to go in the next, and they will all start, including Simran of India, who was 4th in the Paralympic Games last year. Manuela Jacinto of the Dominican Republic, she was 3rd in the heat but she still went through and qualified as it was the fastest of all. 12:49, her lifetime best. Shenya Quinn, she won gold in this in 2016 in Rio in the 4x100. She was 4th in the 400 meters here at these championships. It was a season best in her heat. Simran equaled her lifetime best in her heat. Gold medalist in Kobe in the 200 meters last year. She was 4th in Paris at the Paralympic Games. And Folgado of Spain, bronze medalist back in 2023. She's the European champion. She set a lifetime best in her heat, qualifying for this of 12.18. So it is just first that will go through automatically. And then across the 2 semi-finals, we will have the next 2 fastest advancing through to the final. So the first qualifiers in this, but watch out for second and third because they could still qualify through depending on what happens in heat number 2. T11, or T12 I should say, medium visual impairment. Now the athletes do not have to run with the guide in T12. You can see that tether there. If you do run with the guide, that has to be attached. 50 centimeters is the length. Jacinto in 1, Shen in 3, Simran in 5, Folgado in 7. Opening semi-final, women's 100 meters, T12, visual impairment category. And they get away. Simran got away to a very good start, did the Indian. She was flying there. She's currently out in front at the moment. She's holding her own, Simran. It's going to be Simran who goes through and takes it on the line. 12.08 is the time that she goes through in. So India have a finalist in the women's 100 meters T12. It is Simran in a lifetime best of 12.08. She's taken 0.05 of a second off her time that she set in the heat coming through to this. Folgado picks up second in 12.24 and a season best for Shen in third. They'll sit in the hot seats at the moment. But Simran, smile on her face, she absolutely flew out of the blocks with a fast reaction time and she held it through the middle distance and towards the end as well. So at that place there, the rest couldn't catch Simran. The crowd were enjoying it as they videoed on. The athlete has to finish first across the line in front of the guide. That's exactly what happened for Simran. So a new lifetime best, and she goes through to the final of the women's 100 meters T12. .12.24 for Folgado in second position behind Simran, the winner with a lifetime best. Qualification for her, and Shen, season best 12.41. Jacinto 12.50 in fourth place. She is out of the competition.
Quite a story developing then in that women's shot put at 44, where Arel Middleton, who burst on the scene so wonderfully last year in Kobe, continuing to do so, maybe on the way to a gold here. Nice win by Simran, so that's good news from a point of view for India. She progresses on. Good racing this week from her. Simran's win.
Well, here we are back at the men's discus throw F11 final, complete visual impairment. So, Bajuland, who you just saw then, the Iranian, has taken it as season best 41.70. De Silva has taken the silver medal, and Alvaro Del Amocano with a season best has picked up the bronze. Oni Tapia the world and Paralympic champion, has missed out on a medal altogether, finishing in 4th place.
Martin Wagner, the former world champion in London in 2017. Trying to reclaim some of the glory days. Single in the shot, gold in the discus. Had those great world championships in London. Crowds of 40, 50,000 a night. It was fab. Ooh, that wasn't. Still, she didn't leave the circle, so she's all right. And she can start all over again. Been outside the medals in the last couple of global champs, as we were saying, but Martin Wagner, 32 now. Quick turn and spin and got it beyond 10 meters, about 10-20 or so. She's a spinner, as my one-time commentary colleague John Thrower would say. He's a proper throws coach. Steve Backley's coach for a good while. 10:51. Not improved. 10:28 for Martin Wagner. And then there were 4. And there's quite a leap, really, between 4th and 3rd. A gap to be bridged in this final round. We do have one more track race to go, which, with a little bit of luck, they might hold back on. Of the frustration of the track athletes involved. That's how pockmarked the section is. So many shot events here during the week. World Athletics Championships in Tokyo, just the 2, the men's and the women's. Here we've got a multitude for the different classifications, and rightly so, and extra ones now that the 44s have been divided from the 64s. Lower single impairment of both categories, but the 44s without prosthetic and the 64s with. So Hyacinth needs a meter if she can. Well, she gets a little bit. Needed to be 12:11 to slip up into the medals, but she's not quite managed it, Samantha Hyacinth. She does get a silver in the discus here. It was bronze in the discus and the shot at the Worlds in Kobe a year ago. She'll be going back to Maryland with 1 medal and a few souvenirs, but not a second. It's about 11:50-ish. 11:33. That's her best of the day. And it is 4th for Samantha Hyacinth. Second semi-final, women's 100 meters T12. 100 meters world champion going in this, Delanis De La Cruz of the Dominican Republic. Alejandra Perez already winning bronze in the 4 here. And in lane 1, the World Championship silver medalist in the 1 and the 4 last year in Kobe for Brazil, Lorraine Gomez, and her guide, Mr. Wendell de Souza. In lane 3, the Paralympic bronze medalist in the 100 in Tokyo 4 years ago, Liang Yangfen. She's the Asian Games champion. Tian Haoyu is her guide. The 400 meters bronze medalist here, a hat-trick of silvers 2 years ago at the Paris Worlds, Alejandra Perez, and her guide, Luis Herrera. And for the Dominican Republic, in 7, the reigning 100 meters world champion, Delanis De La Cruz, and her guide, Emilio Gavilan. So again, it's only the winner to go through and the next 2 fastest.
It's so good that I struggle to sleep at night at the moment.
You know, you can bank your sleep. Anyway, 4 in this, Gomez, Liang, Perez, and De La Cruz.
On your marks.
They're ready to go. So there's 3 left of that shot put, by the way. And I think they're being held back a little bit. It would be wonderful if we could get to see those 3 live, because live is king at these games. Anyway. Second semi-final, women's 100 meters. Gomez 1, Liang 3, Perez 5, De La Cruz 7. T12 medium visual impairment guides are optional, but they've all gone for him here. Only the winner to progress to the final. It's still and as quiet as it must be. Visual impairment category. But now the explosion of noise and they're away, and De La Cruz is going strongly on the near side, and moving up is Liang as well for China. Liang going well, De La Cruz trying to fight back. Perez up there, Liang's gonna take it. Oh my word, I wonder if the guy's made a blunder there. He did after the line, I wonder about before. De La Cruz in, 12:15 the winning time. Liang was the athlete who crossed the line first. Wonder if she was the person who crossed the line first. Oh my, oh my. De La Cruz was up there. Liang did wonderfully. Now she is the Asian Games champion. It's her first World Championship since 2019, her first global event since 2021. And her guide Tian Hao Yu took a little bit of stumble after the line. 12:15 it is for now of a winning time. Perez lifetime best. She did take second, 12:27 PB. It was a real blanket in the end, and De La Cruz the same time, but divided by thousands. 6 of them. So the person to watch here, not an athlete, but Tian Hao Yu, who's Liang's guide. Perez Lopez and De La Cruz will cross at the same time in second and third, but Liang's guide here, Tian, he can't be in front of her. He is a little bit there. And on the line, oh my word! I think they're lucky.
Just.
Oh dear, oh dear.
It
didn't have to be that way. They kept tethered up just about over the line, and I think they've just gotten away with it. Wow. Just watch this. Slightly at an angle, but yeah, I think there's a tiny bit of white, just the tiniest bit.
There's about 5 millimeters in that, I reckon.
That was fortunate. But the women's shot put at 44 reaches its climax. And our hearty thanks to the 3 athletes concerned for waiting for us patiently so that we can see the medals decided. 3 left. Funmi Oduwai of Great Britain, she's in bronze, and this is she. Yao Juan of China, currently in silver, and Arelle Middleton, USA, currently in gold. So, 4 no throws in a row for Oduwai, 12:11. Can she improve on it? She's gone beyond 12 meters. Spun around, and she wasn't in the circle, was she? Yeah, she stepped out. Yeah, she stepped out in the end quite majorly when she was releasing. Oh dear. And well, that might have been about 12:20, 12:30. She's had a great run. Lifetime best 12:11. Oduwai, that is fantastic for her because that is her first major championship medal for the former Welsh Basketball International. Yao looking for the win. 12:81 her best. I'm not sure that's enough to overhaul Middleton's 12:95. So Yao gets the silver, and 17-year-old Arelle Middleton, silver in the Worlds last year and the Paralympic Games, will be the new world champion. That doesn't look enough for Yao. She came close, she led for a bit. 12:52, Yao with the silver, and Arelle Middleton, at the age of 17, from Los Osos High School in California, is the world champion. She threw 12:02 2 years ago in the California State Championships for schools. That would have been long enough to win the world title 2 years ago. That was when she was 15. That's another beauty beyond 12. And Arelle Middleton has not had long to wait because she's the world champion. Magnificent. From Rancho Cucamonga in Southern California, her reign begins. Look at those marks, 12.95, 12.93, that would have won it in its own right. 12.56 to wrap up. Magnificent. Her mother, Sandra Van Ambricos, who's a teacher basketball coach at a nearby Chino High School. She's been the high school female field athlete of the year. And she's a world champion now. Superb. F44, women's shot put. We've seen a whole series of new names and teen champions crowned, and the latest teen dream belongs to R.L. Middleton. And there's quite a few stayed up late in California watching this. Her classmates at Los Osos High School. Yan Fen made it, 12.15, only just. Alejandra Perez through as well, lifetime best 12.27, and by 600ths of a second, Elena Stella Cruz misses out on the final. Simran the fastest, Liang, Folgado, and Perez. They're down to the last four in the T12.
Have you ever seen a guy panic as much as in that last race? Men's 100 metres T36, the only final on the track of the morning session, and it is the last event of the morning session. James Turner, the Paralympic champion, the world record and championship record holder from Australia, goes in this, as does the world champion Deng Pai Cheng of China. Matsumoto Takaru will go in lane number 2. Lifetime best set this year of 12.03. He's picked up 5th position in the 400 metres already at these championships. China have 2 in this. Bronze medalist from Paris last year, Yang Yifei. Silver from Kobe at the Worlds back last year. And he's the world champion from 2017. Goes in lane number 3. Alexis Chavez, silver medalist in Paris last year. He was 7th in the 400 here at these championships. Goes in lane number 4 for Argentina. Next to him, it is the Paralympic champion, James Turner. He's already won 400 metres gold here. He's now looking to do the double by winning the 100. 14 global medals, 12 gold and 2 silver thus far. Kirill Glazarin, silver medalist behind Turner in that 400 metres here at these championships in New Delhi. His first major championships, 21 years of age. And in lane 7, it is the world champion, Deng Pai Cheng, who took victory in Kobe last year. He's the Paralympic champion from 2020 as well, and the Asian Paragames champion. Algeria's Mokhtar Didan in lane 8. He's also in the long jump on the final day on Sunday. And in lane 9, Evgeny Tursunov, who's also in that long jump competition. He was the Paralympic champion in the long jump in 2020, and he's the current world champion in the long jump as well.
On your marks.
So Matsumoto in 2, Yang in 3, Chavez in 4, Turner in 5, Glazarin in 6, Deng in 7, Didan in 8, and Tursunov in lane 9. Men's 100 metres T36 final. And away they go, and Turner jumps a little bit slower than the rest, and 3 in from this near side. Deng Pai Cheng, the world champion. Turner's been left behind. It's Deng who's out in front. It's Deng. It's Glazarin who takes it. Kirill Glazarin, the neutral para-athlete in lane number 6. He won silver in the 400 metres, and his first major championships to set a European record of 11.73 to become the world champion in the men's 100 metres T36. Deng has been dethroned. 4/100ths of a second separated them. He takes the silver medal, and it is Yang making it a Chinese 2 and 3. Season best for him. But James Turner, the Paralympic champion, was completely run out of the contest. He got away to a slow start. It wasn't enough, and Glazerin absolutely flew home in a European record time to take the victory. His first major championships, he was going to walk off the track. He doesn't realise he can celebrate. But Deng looked like he had it. Glazerin, though, in the last 15 to 20 metres, just gets there in front of Deng. So the world champion, the former Paralympic champion, and the Asian Paragames champion, Deng, has to settle for silver. And 21 years of age. As Titan falls and they go across the line. But that man, Glazerin, what a future he's got ahead of him. Kirill Glazerin takes it in a European record time. Deng and Yang in second and third. An Asian record for Deng as well, 11:30.77. And Yang Yifei, season best, 12:03 in third. So a European record for Kirill Glazerin in gold. Deng with an Asian record, 11:77. Yang, a season best, takes the third. And just look at James Turner, the Paralympic champion, down in 7th position, run completely out of it.
You might have spotted as well during that race, Titan throwing himself at the line, but he couldn't get up. So Brazil, well, they're on the board again. They picked up 12 gold medals here, 37 overall. That for Deng, a latest medal for China. It was a silver, 12 for them, 30 overall. Poland, how well they're doing. 8 gold medals and 15 in total. Suntalinante scoring in the shot put last night. 7 medals for them. And the score for Switzerland now is Hug 1, De Bruyne 4. 5 golds to the Swiss and 7 in total. Colombia, thanks to Karen and Angie, are hoovering the medals up, 15 in total. And my gosh, the women's shot put just now, Arelle Middleton at the age of 17, a world champion. That is their 4th gold, 16 medals. Great news for Funmi Oduwayi. She picks up Britain's 15th medal. They've got 9 bronze. India, oh yes, they've done it again. Simran might be on the way to another. They've got 4 gold too, and 11 their overall tally. And Iran, 4 gold medals too, and a haul of 9 after another blistering morning. Loads of finals tonight, by the way. We're back in around 5 hours time. Make it a date. It's going to be a hot Friday night in New Delhi. We'll see you then.